is the NAOR iRacing Series, Season 13 Vegas Recap.
Three wide up ahead. Spinning, contact, back it down.
Oh shit.
Saw a cargo flying. I hope they're all right.
I'm wrecked. I'm jumped.
Well, I'm glad I got by that. I don't think I hit him though. Check it up.
Oh my god, this 63 went flying into the fence.
Oh my god, the big one. Stop.
Holy, the whole field is dying.
Oh, dodge it. Drift it.
Race 2 of the Di9 Designs NAOR Series is live here at Iowa Speedway. I'm excited for this one as we are here at a track that kind of drives like a short track. Looks like a little bit bigger of a Richmond Raceway, but this is far from being Richmond. I'm Josh Coppernoll. I'm joined in the booth by Jonathan Canfield. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great, Josh. Happy to be here. Second week of this season for season 13 of the NAOR series, the Di9 Designs NAOR Series. And excited to see what some of these drivers bring to the table tonight. Looking at the top of the charts right now, Kenneth Chaney is our fastest, Chris Wright second, and good old Michael Kruger coming out of the stables of the in the Pit News Truck Series, getting ready to kick off his season with them tomorrow. He's sitting P3 right now, so excited to see what these drivers bring to the table. Like you said, short track style corners, gotta get it woed up for the corners, but definitely not a short track. Very big, very wide open type of track. As you see in practice right now, a lot of drivers using different lines around this track to see what they can get out of it.
And you know what? You say, I think it's funny that you say it's not a short track. I mean, it definitely doesn't necessarily look like one, but it's under a mile long. So essentially it is a short track, but you're going to see kind of like speedway racing, if you will.
Absolutely, and I mean, looking around the field just to see who else we had show up, looks like we've got Pacey Wygant here tonight, even Donald Kite, after coming off what I would consider to be a strong type of run last week. That two car is going to look to put a better run down here tonight. Not quite the finish that Donald Kite would have expected, but you know, he made his way up there into the top 10 last week after being strung out back outside the top 20 for much of the race. So I expect to see Donald Kite, as we know from last season, learning his way in iRacing, learning his way around these different cars. And like I said last week, I'm interested to see what he learns with this new car this season.
It's funny that you mentioned Donald Kite. And, you know, of course, I wasn't here last week. First of all, big thank you to you and Adam Coon for stepping in and helping out last week. You for stepping into production role, that is, and doing everything that you guys did. So I wasn't here last week, but I did see a message that three of the Fastlane sponsored drivers, or the three Fastlane sponsored drivers, which Donald Kite, Hunter Beach, and Zachary Meredith, all finished in the top 5. And I was like, well, that's awesome, you know. So I saw that, and then I went back and I watched the replay. And I'm looking at them, I'm like, how in the world did Donald Kite recover? He was in the back almost all race long, and he got there. And I think that's something that we have seen from Donnie Kite last season as well, where he'd start off just kind of quiet, and he'd work his way up to the front. And, you know, right now he's sitting 14th in the practice charts. I think it might be another night where he starts off quiet and then just roars at the end of the race.
Yeah, another name to point out that's here tonight who wasn't here last week is the brother of Chris Wright. Zachary Wright is here for week 2 of this series in that 47 NOS Energy car. And I'm interested to see what the brother of Chris Wright is able to do here at this track. We know Chris Wright and his dominance in this league, and we've seen Zach Wright hang around and kind of show his flares of what could be greatness, but yet to really put a secured position in yet to show that he's not only fast, but able to get a good finish.
Yeah, the couple of races that we did see Zach Wright in, I think he was doing pretty good. Considering, you know, it's a new atmosphere, you know, getting in with a group of guys that you don't know. You kind of race a little bit more conservative. And I think he did a great job. He was showing that he belonged in this series. A couple of good finishes from him last season. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do tonight and in the future of the season.
Well, an important note here again is we're only the second week in of this new car, so Zach Wright is already behind the ball a little bit from these other guys. They got to race this car last week. This is Zach Wright's debut of the season in this car. So it'd be interesting to see how he adjusts to the way this Gen 6 style handles. As you can see, as the cars go around the racetrack, it's a loose setup around this track. Very easy to overstep that boundary and spin the car around.
Yeah, I actually got the opportunity to talk with Jake Millsap a little bit earlier in the day. We were doing a recording for Fastlane, and he was saying, you know, how it is going to be a loose setup. Let me tell you right now, track temp, 102 degrees. The sim time is April 14th. So it's really hot out there for middle of April in sim time. I think the best way to really describe this kind of race, from the sounds of what I have heard, is that you just want to be easy on the throttle. You don't want to mash the gas down. I've heard the term pretend there's an A under your throttle. Just roll into it. You don't want to break that A. You know, just lightly roll into the throttle, and it'll help on corner exits so you're not getting loose. But ultimately, it'll help on tire wear as well.
Absolutely, and you're talking about the date in sim, but also to look at the time of sim. This is relatively a midday race, and we have clear skies with the sun out. So like you said, track temp up to 103 degrees. It's actually about 70 degrees air temp in the sim right now. So a very warm day. Looks like the humidity's up a little bit. So, I mean, track that already eats tires, you add some heat to it, and it's going to eat the tires even more.
Tell you what, I'd like to be here in real life with this kind of weather. 69 degrees is the ambient temp, like you mentioned, only 70. Love to be here in real life. I think it's a great night for racing in Newton, Iowa. Over 6.5 minutes until we start qualifying. So one thing to mention tonight and all of the season, there is a choose cone. It is the Di9 Designs choose cone. Right now on the screen, you are looking at the choose cone graphic. We want you to be single file until coming up to the line, and then at the start finish line, you got to go to the right or to the left, and that is the line you choose. For the restart, it's kind of similar to what we see in the Blazer Sim Racing Minutes News Truck Series, which of course makes its return tomorrow night.
And a little bit of a note here, I'm not seeing him out there, but last week's winner, it appears, I don't know if he's in sim. There he is, I finally found him. Jonathan Parker, last week's winner. Right now, only sitting P8 on the boards. So it'd be interesting to see how he manages to adapt to a different track. We know him as last season's in the Pit News Truck Series champion, only running a part-time schedule this season, but also going to be helping out in the booth on Saturday nights with the In the Pit News Truck Series when he's not out there on track.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. You and him did a couple of test broadcasts that were off air for preseason races for this series, the Di9 Designs NAOR Series. So he hasn't actually officially made his broadcasting debut, but he did a good job in practice broadcasts, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he could do in the broadcast. Now, you mentioned how he won last week in the series, and out of all three series that JCTV broadcasts, that makes him a winner in all three series, as he has won multiple times in the Blazer Sim Racing and the News Truck Series. I he only has one win in Slide Job, which came at Chicagoland. I know that for a fact. And then, of course, last week in this series here at Las Vegas. Now, I said in our broadcast for the Slide Job race this past Tuesday that I'm curious. I put a challenge out there for a driver that runs in all three series to win in the same week. It'd be the Tuesday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. And Jonathan Parker, I think he has a very strong case to do so, but with that part-time schedule on Saturdays, it's going to be really hard for him.
Absolutely. And another driver I see that's returning back to this series this week after a tough week last week is JCTV's own in the 79 machine, Dawson Allen. Tough week last week, ended the race early. Had a lot of damage to his 79 machine, but shows up here, unloads the car at Iowa this week, and just trying to learn these cars and figure out what he has for this track.
Yeah, and this is a track that I think a lot of people aren't used to racing, especially in Cup cars. Of course, these are the Gen 6 Cup cars, but I'll tell you what, I've raced a Gen 6 so many times, and I don't know if I've ever personally have ever raced them here at Iowa. It's a track that the Cup Series has never visited in real life. So it's going to be interesting to see what Dawson Allen and the rest of these guys can do here tonight on this track.
With about 2.5 minutes left to go here in practice, Josh, we have been joined in the booth by our third member of this JCTV broadcast booth, Adam Coon. Adam, how you doing?
Yeah, good evening, guys. Good evening, Jonathan, Josh. Excited for this race at Iowa Speedway. Like you guys just mentioned, like Josh just got done saying, Cup cars don't go to Iowa Speedway in real life, never have, and it's going to be an interesting, different show, and we're going to see something we don't see in real life, of course, and it's going to be a test of these guys. You guys were just saying how big this field is, how stacked this is, and we're going to be in for a show tonight, and I'm excited to see along with you two.
Well, got about a minute and a half left in practice. Let's go ahead and do our picks to win tonight. John, how about you go first?
I'm going to go with the man right now who I think is probably going to win more than just this race tonight, but he's won multiple times here in this series, and he's actually last season's champion. I have to go with that 60 car of Chris Wright. Right now, P2 on the charts, showing that he has speed in his car, and I think he's going to get it done here tonight. I think he's going to have the discipline to go ahead and take care of his tires for long runs, but he's going to have that short run speed as well.
I'm going to go with the guy top of the boards right now, Kenneth Cheney. He was so fast, so dominant at Darlington last season. I can't really compare it to this track at Iowa Speedway, but they are both abrasive, worn-out racetracks, so I think that's going to play to his strong suit tonight. And he's P1 on the practice boards right now, so excited to see what he can do tonight.
Go with the driver of the 00, and as I switch over to him, he is sliding on the racetrack, but I'm going to go with Pacey Wygen. He come into the league last season really strong. I think the short tracks might have been a little bit of a struggle for him, but I think he's really going to find his way here soon. Currently P9 on the practice charts. I think Pacey gets it done tonight. And that concludes practice. So we are going to start qualifying. And it looks like got a few drivers heading out on track. They are led by Dawson Allen, driver number 79. This track tap still 103 degrees. See Dawson clipping the apron just a little bit there, sliding out of 2. It's going to hurt his first lap time. And really pushing on exit of 4. Noticing Dawson is really having to wheel that number 79 L8 Ford Mustang, and it's only going to get tougher from here once you get all these drivers around you in race conditions. Right now, Dawson Allen currently sits in 5th place.
I'm keeping an eye on this 76 of Kenneth Cheney. He's on his 2nd lap right now. We'll see if he improves.
Donnie Kite could across the line to finish his qualifying. And Kite stays P12. Zachary Meredith coming through 3 and 4. Meredith's first lap. He is going to put a P8. 8:23.27 out of Zachary Meredith. See if he can improve from his first lap. And he does. P7 on the board.
Looking at the charts right now, it looks like Josh Arnold just jumped up to the P2 position.
Arnold had a really good qualifying run. Right now, though, it's Tyler Ratliff sitting on top.
Jeff Lednam looks like he's coming across the line for his first lap.
Lednam was starting his qualifying time. Pacey Wajek gonna come across the line for his second and final lap in qualifying and go P2 on the board.
Jeff Lednam finishes up his first lap, P20. He'll need to improve here on this second lap. It looks like the 92 has pulled out for his qualifying run.
And Jeff Lednam is going to improve by 1 position. We'll watch Jonathan Parker, last week's winner.
Top of the board for Parker.
8:22.98 out of Jonathan Parker in his first lap. Here is Chris Wright, currently sitting 13th. Wright as you mentioned earlier, he is the defending champion. He had a lot of really good qualifying laps, and he's going to get slideways there off 4. Still gaining a lot of positions up to P7 with a 23.13. And I see a couple of guys on track, but they're just continuing to run laps for some more practice. That is number 43 of Ethan Fonseca Moreno and 37 of Jeff Lednums. Both of them have already completed qualifying, but we do have Andrew Chapman just now getting out there. Oh, Chapman gonna hit the wall and reset. So we're gonna go and watch Jose Ruiz, the number 23 machine. Jose is gonna start his qualifying lap. Ruiz gets loose there off turn 4, goes through the grass. Andrew Chapman gonna go P10. And once again, nobody on track for qualifying lap times. So far, 27 drivers have made a lap time in qualifying. And we still have 5 that could make a lap. So right now, track is quiet. Nobody on track for qualifying lap time. So I just want to take the time to mention new for this season is sponsors. You have to run personal sponsors, so you can't run just any scheme anymore, which I think is a unique thing. Pretty interesting, something different that I haven't seen before. And so you'll notice some drivers just running blank schemes. You'll notice others that are running for companies that may not get a lot of air time. And it's what these guys are trying to do, is to get them recognized. And I think it's a pretty cool idea. So qualifying is almost over. And it appears your pole winner for tonight is going to be the guy who won last week. So he's picking up right where he left off. And Jonathan Parker is your pole winner. Tyler Ratliff is going to start on his outside in P2. Pacey Wygent will start third, and Josh Arnold fourth. And Hunter Peach will start in the fifth position. John?
Starting in the sixth position is going to be, can't read that name. The sixth position is going to be Andrew Green. And seventh position is going to be Chris Wright. Eighth position, Nick Hapiak. Ninth position, Michael Kruger. And 10th is going to be Andrew Chapman.
Rolling off 11th is going to be Ethan Moreno. Alongside of him is Zachary Meredith. And 13th is Jacob Millsap. Jose Ruiz in 14th. And Jamil Hawkins in 15th.
Chase McGuire is going to start in 16th. Jeff No, 17th. Zachary Wright will start in 18th. 19th is going to be John Osborne. And Noah Blackwell will start in 20th.
In the 21st position, you're going to see JCTV's own Dawson Allen. In the 22nd position is going to be Giovanni Klein. And in the 23rd position, James Minch. 24th is going to be Jeff Lednam. And 25th is going to be Kenny Chaney. Yeah, Kenny Chaney in the 25th position.
Alongside him is going to be Michael Morgan in the 06. Donnie Kite rolls off in the next row alongside the 63. That's going to be Canup. And then Nathan Lehman and Cole Snyder start out back to round out the top 20, or top 30 positions, excuse me. And the number 3 Justin Quimby and Mike Campbell round out our 32 car field tonight.
Two laps pacing here at Iowa. As it is a short track. So we have one more lap till the pace car will come on down and turn these guys loose. Big field tonight. Last week had a big field as well. He made it a long time before caution came out. Tonight's race will have 222 laps. 6 total sets of tires, 90% fuel capacity. See how the strategy goes. Field is rolling on the back straightaway. You heard our picks to win. I want to know, viewers at home, who do you guys have to win? These guys are going to go 222 laps here at Iowa Speedway in Newton, Iowa. Pace car is in. It's in the hands of Jonathan Parker. And green flag is in the air. We are underway. Pacey Wygent got a great start there. Jumping into the second position.
See a lot of guys in the back in the pack fanning out, trying to find any way they can to get a position and get an edge. A lot of guys running just differing lanes right now. Nobody all the way up at the top. A lot of guys running the middle to bottom. First car I see up top right now is the 7 of Chase McGuire.
These guys are all over each other back here, trying to get into a line, get into their groove. Oh, Dawson Allen. He's going to get into the wall. I think he overdrove it into the corner. Dawson Allen not having the start that he wanted to see.
It looked like that 79 machine just got in a little too high, hit those bumps up there on the top, and it just sent the car into the wall.
Yeah, you guys mentioned the start and how crowded it is out back there. Just like last week, back of the pack it is crowded, but up front it got pretty single file pretty quickly, and everyone's just minding their business right now. Battle for position looks like the first one is going to be between Andrew Green and Joshua Arnold. Now on the back straightaway, Green has the inside with that 25, going on 22 of Joshua Arnold into turn 3. Going to get the position there pretty easily, but Arnold's going to fight back off on that front straightaway. But Green's going to be clear here, and now he's got to worry about Hunter Peach in the 20.
Peach looking to make some ground, and Kruger looking to come with him. So Peach is rolling that low line. Joshua Arnold doing a great job at sticking with him on the outside. Going to take the position. Arnold tucks in a line behind Kruger. Kruger has a challenge from Chris Wright. Capiak in a battle with Andrew Chapman.
And Jamil Hawkins right there also. He's going to take advantage of it. Chapman was able to get around the 6, and here comes Hawkins and Zachary Meredith in 17, all using the higher line to get around Nick Hapiak in the 6, struggling right now early on here at Iowa.
I see the 47 background getting loose off the corner. Struggling, trying to get by this 43 of Moreno. Again, he's a little bit sideways there off corner exit.
Dwyer's going to try to get around right. Seeing that loose car up ahead. He doesn't want any part of it. Dwyer going to tuck back in the line.
And one thing I'm noticing early on here, we have a similar pattern to last week. It looks like relatively we've got 2 packs. We've got the lead pack, and then we've got appears to be the 76 Kenneth Cheney leading the rear pack. Right now the field just split into 2 packs.
Down Cheney here in 19th position. Michael Kruger trying to get around Josh Arnold.
Yeah, Kruger's been setting this up for a couple laps now. He's tried the same move and so far not been able to get it to stick. We don't talk enough about how much the aero package of this car affects how these drivers are able to attack. And right here, you see Kruger trying to make the most of it. Gets a run on exit, but not able to go anywhere just with the way the air package is affecting that with that dirty air on the front of his nose.
Jonathan, as you were saying it, I saw it happen. Just the front end of Josh Arnold's Ford just was heavily affected in the center 1 and 2. Just the way Hunter Peach was driving that car, driving that corner, and you could see the 22 just shoot up the racetrack, and as a result, Kruger was able to take advantage of it momentarily and try and stick his nose under there and form a pass. Couldn't get it done yet, but we see up front battle for the lead, tightening up between Pacey Wygen and Jonathan Parker, and Andrew Green up to 3rd.
Really getting away from each other so far in this race. Pacey Wygen a little loose off turn 2, but Wygen, he's been rolling really well. Stay right behind Jonathan Parker. Wygen actually has the fastest race lap time. 23.3, I believe, is what I'm seeing. Oh, and we have a caution out on the track.
Looks like it's going to be the 60 of Chris Wright. Oh, no. Chris Wright is on his lid.
Zachary Meredith also involved.
Take a look at our JCTV replay. Oh, them two just got it into each other.
Wow.
Sent Chris Wright high into the sky.
4 or 5 cars. He cleared 4 or 5 cars though, Josh. They just drove right underneath of him.
I think Chris Wright qualifies for his pilot's license after that ride, but not the way you want to see the night go for the 60 car.
Well, this is an unfortunate trend we've had in NAOR early season races, Josh. We saw 2 flights last season to open off the season, and now another one tonight in race number 2.
And Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we seen one last week with Nathan Lehman getting upside down.
You are right. He barrel rolled down the front straightaway. Not quite the rate that we've seen flights in this series, but we did see a barrel roll last week at Las Vegas to kick off the season. So we are 2 for 2 for flips to kick off the seasons here on JCTV.
Well, if the trend continues the way that last season did, next race, we will not have a flip. Jonathan Parker wins the race off pit road, followed by Mason Wychin and Andrew Green. Looks like Josh Arnold's going to come out in 4th, Michael Kruger in 5th. Cole Snyder stayed out. So Snyder, right now, race leader. And it appears Snyder, he is content with staying out.
Yeah, he qualified way out back. Got to do something different. You can't do the same thing as the leaders to pass him. You know, if he, with the way the sale package is, we just got done talking about it, Jonathan, you and I, and it is going to be a big factor this season all year long, especially on these shorter tracks. The way that you're going to have to make passes is going to be a little bit more creative.
I think a driver who's kind of happy to see that caution is going to be our JCTV co-part, that 79 of Dawson Allen, able to get some of the damage repaired to his vehicle and get back out there without losing a lap. Be interested to see how this 24 holds on here. We know tires are important on a track like this, and now he's got the whole field practically behind him with fresh tires.
Choose cone. Snyder's going to take the inside. Parker and Wychin taking the outside. Green will choose the inside. You see these drivers just in and out. Decide which lane they want to go with. So, lights on the pace car are, of course, off as we are 2x2. Restart. 20 laps complete when we cross the line. It'll be 202 laps to go in this race. Pace car is going to make its way to the safety of pit road, and the green flag is in the air. It is waving. We are underway. Once again, Cole Snyder. A better restart than I thought he would have, and so far still has the race lead. Now Pacey Wygen going to challenge Jonathan Parker, not quite as Parker the outside of Cole Snyder.
And we've got 3 wide for the lead. Michael Kruger going all the way to the top. He's going to lead that lap. We'll see if he gets around Parker here.
He does.
Power move from that 99.
What a move by Michael Kruger.
Yeah, I was going to mention, he came out of nowhere on that restart. I believe he restarted in the 4th or 5th position there, and like you guys mentioned, just rocketed right to the top and able to take advantage. But here comes Andrew Green with a huge run to the 2nd position, right to the outside of Michael Kruger, entering 2-1, hits the bumps there, loses a little bit of momentum, but he has huge momentum now down the back straightaway. He was able to take advantage of passing Jonathan Parker on that top line a couple laps ago, and he's steaming and trying to get around this 99 right now.
Seen a lot of drivers start to move up the track a little bit. That top line is starting to come to life.
Andrew Green led that last lap, and he is now going to clear Michael Kruger, who's trying to give it one last shot into turn 3. Not enough to get back side by side with Green, who's going to get sideways off 4.
Able to save it and keep going, but man, scary moment there for Green. I thought he was coming around.
Not really sure how he didn't. It's a great job by Andrew Green.
Noticing a car creeping up in the background now to the bumper of the 92 of Jonathan Parker. That's the 4-car Jamil Hawkins in that coal trickle themed paint scheme out here climbing his way up into the top 5.
Jamil Hawkins qualified all the way back in the 15th position. Currently sitting P4. He's making quick work to start this race off.
And another thing I've noticed about this 4-car is I've noticed him peek up in the background. He's been all over this racetrack, top, bottom, it don't matter. He's putting his car wherever he has to get clean air to his nose and try to mount a run, as he's going to try and mount another one here on this 92.
And we see this 92 has caught Michael Kruger easily. 99 has just fallen back to these guys, racing for this 3rd position, trying to make it that 2nd spot. Jamil Hawkins looked like he had a huge run there in turn 1, couldn't do anything with it. Here he goes again in turn 3, trying to use that outside lane, but you see how much radius there is left on the bottom lane for Jonathan Parker, so he's able to just carry that speed better through the center of the corner, but it's not going to matter for Jamil Hawkins to clear him on the straightaway. Ton of speed there down the front straightaway and move that 4 up to 3rd position.
And I gotta wonder, guys, if Jamil Hawkins is pushing a little bit too hard, or if he has really figured something out that nobody else has been able to figure out. Hawkins, of course, sitting in the 3rd position, but you know, is it going to be at a cost of tires? If this race goes green for a long time, is Hawkins going to be able to stay with these guys?
I think it all goes back to what we seen on the restart there, Josh, with Kruger making that move all the way to the outside. He showed these guys that you have to move around and go where they're not to be able to make a pass here. And that's exactly what a lot of these guys are trying to do right now. A lot of them moving up to go to the outside of each other to get that run on the back straightaway and on the front straightaway to be able to complete their passes.
Hawkins still continuing to roll the outside line, looking at the back bumper of Michael Kruger. Now going to take a peek just down to the inside. Kruger's going to move up the line. That's going to open up the bottom for Jamil Hawkins, but it's not going to be quite enough right yet for Jamil Hawkins to get side by side with Michael Kruger. What I'm noticing is Hawkins, he feels comfortable high in 3 and 4 and prefers the bottom down in 1 and 2. Once again, he's going to take a peek down there.
It's just so hard to build a run on the bottom on this track right now. You really got to make the move up high to be able to make the pass. But as you mentioned, Josh, burning up the tires, you're going to have to make the move and make it stick quick and get back down into that bottom groove to save yourself some tire.
And when we see these guys slide off the exit of the corners like we saw Andrew Green do, like we saw Pacey Wyden do just before that caution flew earlier when he was in the lead, it's going to eat up that rear tire and it's going to completely disintegrate it for later in the run when you want to need it for the long run pace. And if we do go into a stint without cautions, and it's going to be very detrimental to your race. You might lose a lap or two just by being on old tires and giving up so much wear just by abusing them.
There's one thing for sure, nobody up in the top 4 or 5 is holding back right now. They're all on attack and trying to get as many positions as they can. And Andrew Green not running away from these guys either. He's still holding about the same lead that he had 10 laps ago with these guys battling behind him.
Hawkins just not able to make anything work underneath Michael Kruger. Kruger has been strong so far, staying ahead of that number 4 machine. Jonathan Parker kind of coming back into the picture here.
Also noticing a new name up here in this top 5 that's kind of brought himself into the picture. Andrew Chapman has made his way up here later on into this run, and he's starting to kind of reel these guys in.
Chapman has set some fast laps last few times around. But, currently just settled in right behind Jonathan Parker.
And guys, while we watch this racing inside the top 5, I have an update from the Infield Care Center. Zachary Meredith said the result of that first caution and sending Chris Wright into the catch fence and over the grass, he said he got loose, and it was net code from a foot away that sent the 16 in the wall. So out of the race, both of those cars, they will finish 31st and 32nd for our defending champion, while the battle for second heats on. Jamil Hawkins couldn't do it on the inside there in 3 and 4, has to tuck back in line behind Michael Kruger in that second position.
Such a bummer that Netco took out some really strong drivers. Zachary Meredith and Chris Wright. Those 2 drivers, good drivers in this series, but I'm wondering if Andrew Green just got into the wall, or if that might have been a little bit of neck code showing on the screen. But it definitely stacked them all up. Pretty much top 5 now, really under a blanket right now as Hawkins continues to work underneath Michael Kruger. Kruger might just want to roll the high line, try to get to the outside of Andrew Green, but not close enough now. These guys continue. They might see Josh Arnold and Pacey Wygen up here. This 5-car battle could become a 7-car battle pretty soon.
Yeah, and you mentioned Andrew Green might have got the wall. He did get the wall. He got loose off a corner exit off of 4 when you noticed that, Josh, and that really stacked up these top 5 here. And now you see Jamil Hawkins, the only one on the bottom. He gets railed by everyone on the outside. And now on the inside, Parker going for that 99. Now he's going to have Chapman to his inside.
Parker looked like he just bottomed out.
That was a big moment there. I don't know if that was dirty air or if that was just tight race car or what, but he had a huge handful of that 92 in the center 1 and 2, and it almost looked like he was going to collect everyone around it, but he did a good job keeping it underneath himself and minimizing anything there that could have happened. And only now half a car length behind Michael Kruger without that said and done, trying to dive down into 2 and 3 back to his inside, but Kruger's going to protect that and dive on the inside of Andrew Green himself.
And Green gets sideways once again off of 4. Kruger just waiting to make a move, and Jonathan Parker, he wants to make a move quick too. He's got a mirror full of Jamil Hawkins.
And you know, interesting to note, Josh, we talked to Kruger before this race when we were off the air, and he came in here and said he's trying to learn something here at Iowa, learn how to take care of the tires, learn how to just be clean and have clean laps, because he didn't have a good run here with the In the Pit News Truck Series. And if you remember what I said, Josh, I said now that Michael Kruger said that, he's going to be running up front and he's going to be going for a win. And look where he's at here early on in the race.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Michael Kruger and his team so far. He's battling with some of the best around and doing it in a 5-car blanket. That's, well, like I mentioned just a moment ago, could be a 7-car battle here soon. It's almost there, guys. Josh Arnold and Pacey Wygen, they are reeling in these top 5. And here goes Michael Kruger looking at the inside of Andrew Green. And Kruger gonna drive it into the corner, get a little bit tight. He's gonna slide. Green's gonna slide. That's gonna open up the door for Hawkins to get around on the outside.
Now Hawkins is going to be in P2, but Hawkins, we've seen, he knows how to work the top, and he's been working the top, so I would not be surprised here to see Jamil Hawkins put in the work here and get around this 25.
Kruger sliding. Hawkins to the inside of Green.
Yeah, I think Green slipped up just a little bit there exiting turn 4 and opened the door for Hawkins. Wasn't that much of a dramatic slide as it was for the 99, but it's going to allow Hawkins to the lead. Andrew Green trying to fight back on the inside, though. It's going to be a tall task. We've seen how strong the outside's been, especially from Jamil Hawkins tonight so far.
Kruger sideways again with Jonathan Parker all over his bumper. Now Kruger going to try to go to work on the 25.
And here comes Josh Arnold to the back of Andrew Chapman. Kruger sliding off turn 2. Parker's going to look to the high side. These guys are all but 3 wide here. Oh, Parker in the wall.
In the wall, but keeps his foot in it as he's loose off the wall and gets a run to the inside of the 99 here. See if he's able to do anything with it. Not able to this time. That's going to allow Chapman to get back to the bumper of the 92. Chapman going to go in deep.
And Chapman's going to just barely keep it off Jonathan Parker. Now Chapman losing a position to Josh Arnold and maybe, just maybe, Pacey Wygen as well. As we watch these two battled so much in the Pitts News Truck Series last season. These two are very familiar with each other, but in trucks, and now you put them in the last generation of the Cup car. These two, they are still putting on a show. Right now, 3rd place. Josh Arnold right there in the mix as well. Going to work to the outside of Jonathan Parker.
Josh Arnold able to make a power move there off the corner. He's going to get to the back bumper of Michael Kruger and get by the 92 and put Pacey Wygen to the outside of the 92.
Wygen boxed in a little bit. He's going to have to check up maybe a little bit more than what he wanted to with Arnold right there. Parker not getting the runs off the corner he wants. Pacey Wygen gonna clear maybe Jonathan Parker coming out of turn 2.
He's going to clear Josh Arnold getting down here into 3 and 4. We'll see if Arnold battles back on the inside. As now Pacey Wygen going to power up and get to the outside of the 99.
I don't know if Pacey Wygen was listening to the pre-race show and said he really didn't do too well on the short tracks last season, and that would have fired him. Or what? Pacey Wygen making some power moves, as you said, Canfield. He's up to 3rd and looking to take 2nd away here in just a couple moments from Andrew Green.
Oh, Chapman almost gets in the back of the 99 and Michael Kruger. Huge slide into the corner right there.
Yeah, Chapman's going to pay the price for that. He's going to drop 4 or 5 positions, maybe. A big dent on those tires like we keep talking about, guys. But he did a phenomenal job keeping that car not in the wall and keeping it underneath him the way he did. Like, he didn't have control of it, but he did the best he could just drifting that car into that corner. What a great save. But back to Pacey Wygen up to 3rd. Now going on 2nd for Andrew Green right now. Couldn't do it there, but we saw him lead that opening stint of the race and just sliding. Every time we saw him coming out of a corner, he was basically sliding. This time, this stint, we started about 7th and just kind of hung there and really hasn't moved up until everyone else started racing and abused their tires. So maybe it's a new strategy for this 00 as he's got that 2nd position.
We've got a spin in the back. It is going to be Jonathan Parker. I think him and Michael Kruger might have gotten together. The caution finally coming out. Take a look at the replay here, and oh man, those two just, they did get together. Take a look at it from the blimp. Saw Kruger trying to get crossover, and I'm not so sure that Parker realized he was there. I'm wondering if Kruger might have missed the bottom a little bit. Parker just...
Yeah, it looks like...
I was going to say Parker might have thought Kruger was a little bit lower than what he was, and then it looked like maybe Netcode ultimately finished him off. And is that Hunter Peach also involved?
Hunter Peach and Andrew Chapman also getting involved in that one. Big hit for Chapman. It could be Chapman's race right there if he suffered any engine damage.
Fast lane drivers not doing too well in this one. Meredith out, Hunter Peach getting involved in that accident. Race off pit road. Looks like it's going to be won by Pacey Wygent. Jamil Hawkins will be P2, Andrew Green 3rd, Josh Arnold 4th, and Tyler Ratliff will be P5. We're going to take a quick side-by-side while they are under caution.
Hey guys, it's Jonathan from JCTV. Here at JCTV, we currently broadcast 3 series. On Tuesdays, you'll catch the Slide Job Racing League featuring drivers such as Dalton Kilroe, Dane Cruz, and Jonathan Parker.
And real quick, we are 3 wide for the race lead. Hawkins, Wygent, Hapiak, they went 4 wide for a moment with a lap car.
On Fridays, you'll see the NAOR Series featuring Nick Hapiak, Chris Wright, and Josh Arnold. As that happens, here comes the 5 through the middle right now. He's going to force the issue and take it
4 wide! 4 wide!
God.
What a move by Justin Durand to go to the race lead!
On Saturdays, you can find the In the Pit News Truck Series featuring Justin Durand, Zach Probst, and Ethan Fonseca Moreno. To book JCTV for your own league, please visit us at jctvracing.com and contact us for your booking. Remember, race fans, you can always watch racing live or anytime over at JCTV's YouTube channel. Yeah, exactly, right there with you, Josh. Where did the 6 car come from? He was just back there battling for, I believe it was probably 7th or 8th position, and now he's up here battling for the lead. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead.
Oh man, this is tight. It's going to be Hapiak, who has an advantage over Meredith and Parker. Lights on the pace car are off. And Pacey Wygent taking the outside. Jamil Hawkins choosing the inside. First time we'll see the leader take the outside here tonight. See what Pacey Wygent is able to do. $158 laps to go at the line. Green flag back in the air. Restart by Pacey Wygent. Even better restart out of Jamil Hawkins. He's looking underneath Pacey Wygen, trying to take the race lead right here, right now, rolling the bottom. He's going to be tight coming up. Pacey Wygen is going to clear Hawkins. We've got a spin on the front stretch. Caution is out. It is going to be Jeff No involved in that one. Jeff No and Jake Millsap. A bit of 3 wide gone wrong. Those two getting into each other.
Oh, while we're under caution, Josh, something that me and Adam brought up during the break, and it definitely needs to be talked about here on live. This 76 Kenneth Cheney, we've seen him fast in practice. And Adam, you brought it up, got a 0x on his qualifying lap and pretty much started out back. But I think the part that impressed Adam even more is last time by, he did a full service pit stop, and he's still up here in the 5th position. Pretty much had to drive his way through this field to get up here the entire race, and he's here now in the top 5. And if I were these top 4, I'd watch out for that 76 car. He's clearly got some speed around this track, and he can be a contender here.
You know, look who's just behind him, a couple of positions back. Donnie Kite started 27th, been as low as 31st, and currently sitting in 7th place. Donnie Kite is actually moved through the field very early in this one.
And Donnie Kite really might be one of the only Fastlane sponsored cars left out there tonight, but having a quiet night and a successful night so far.
Yeah, the other 2 drivers that are sponsored by Fastlane, Zachary Meredith and Hunter Peach. Peach actually still running. He's currently 21st right now, so Hunter Peach not out of it. Just not having the race he wanted.
Should be coming to the choose this time. We'll see who takes what lane here. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe we got one more go around.
I thought they were coming to the choose as well there. So we'll go ahead and bring up the choose cone graphic once again, so you guys can see how it works out. Do not want to be in the red. Coming to the start finish line. And then as you are going across the start finish line, you want to fan out to the right or the left, whether you want the inside or the outside. Choose cone, of course, is brought to you by Di9 Designs. And I think we'll see it this time as they are coming through. And indeed we will. Lights on the pace car off. Wygen goes high, Hawkins goes low. And see all kinds of different strategies here. I think
See that 76 jump to the second row inside here.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see what he can do from the inside of row 2. I really like the choose cone rule that NASCAR brought in. They brought it in at the 2020 All-Star race at Bristol. I was actually there for that race, so I got to experience it firsthand, and I was a fan pretty quickly. So, pace car is in once again. 151 laps to go at the line. Green flag is in the air once again. This time, Jamil Hawkins, he's going to be under fire from Andrew Green, who's rolling the outside pretty well. Green, he's already led a bunch of laps. He wants that lead back. He's going to try to roll to the outside of Wygen. And he is. He might even get there at the line. And Green did lead that lap just barely.
I think something even more impressive about this 25 car, if you look very carefully on that right front nose, that fender area, he's definitely made friends with the wall here tonight. So dealing with a little bit of damage, but still having the speed to get to the front.
Battle here for the 4th position. Donnie Kite looking to the inside of Josh Arnold. Chase McGuire back here making a move around Nathan Lehman. Make that Tyler Ratliff. Nathan Lehman behind Chase McGuire in that 14 machine. Rolling the outside. Tyler Ratliff trying to hold on. And he's just not in the preferred lane. He's getting pinched down there. Lost a couple positions already. And he still has a freight train of other cars trying to get past him. Donnie Kite's gotten around Josh Arnold, now trying to get around Pacey Wygen. Donnie Kite, he's going to get around Wygen. Put Kite into 3rd position.
Josh, we always talk about this 2 car as a little bit of a dark horse, but right now solidly in the 3rd position and showing that he's learned a lot more than maybe even we think he's learned, and putting it up to P3 solidly, now setting his sights forward to see if he can run down the top 2.
I get more and more impressed with Donnie Kite each time I see him race.
Yeah, we talked about it last week on what came out yesterday on the Fastlane podcast, how bad he was running, quite frankly, at the beginning of the Las Vegas race last Friday night, and he was quite miserable through the midpoint of that race, but things turned around. He got a little lucky, but he was still able to pick up the pace before that point in the race to be able to sneak into the top 10 and score a top 5 finish at the end of that race, and he's doing a much better job tonight at that, winning the P3 position as we have a caution on the racetrack, guys.
I believe it is going to be Noah Blackwell.
Oh, it's going to be Blackwell and Jeff Lednam. Man.
wide situation once again. Blackwell letting them make contact.
See much of the field stay out here. First car down is going to be the 22, Josh Arnold, and he's bringing what appears to be about 10 to 12 cars behind him.
Yeah, I'm actually was surprised at the strategy call out of a lot of these guys. Ton of drivers staying out. Looks like James Mensch gonna win the race off pit road. Josh Arnold, Jalen Bees, Evan Knupp. Top 5, Andrew Green, Janelle Hawkins, Donnie Kite, Pacey Wygent, and Kenneth Cheney. Go anywhere as we go side by side. Di9 Designs NAOR Series is first brought to you by Di9 Designs. Good buddy of mine runs the Di9 Designs. Find them on Twitter at Di9 Designs. Mentioned it a little bit last season, but the guy behind it, he actually made a couple of my paint schemes when I first started off on iRacing way back in 2017. Back then, and probably still to this day known as Pitaki. Good guy. Juice cone in effect. Green and Hawkins, they take the outside. That leaves the door open for Donald Kite to take the inside. Mason Wygent can follow Kite down to the inside as well. Cheney going to restart on the inside of row 3 with Nathan Lehman on the outside of row 3. Andrew Green out there, gonna lead us back to the green. And
ooh, contact behind between McGuire and Kruger.
they're gonna be wide. Back up front, though, Donald Kite has gotten around Jamil Hawkins and has his sights set on Andrew Green. Donald Kite looking for the race lead. He's going to look to the inside of Green. Not quite enough as of now. We've seen time and time again how it is so hard passing on the bottom. Donald Kite doing everything he can to make it happen. Gonna have to tuck in the line behind Andrew Green once again down the back straightaway.
See Jamil Hawkins starting to work the very top of the track, trying to get a run on Donald Kite as Donald Kite runs the center. Here comes Jamil Hawkins peeking to the inside.
Kite rolling the high line pretty well there. That's going to make Hawkins have to tuck in the line. He really doesn't. He stays on the bottom. Donald Kite and continue to roll the high line. And just behind, what a power move that Nathan Lehman put on Macy Wygen. Get Lehman into fourth position. Lehman now looking to take third. Once again, we look at this battle for the race lead. Green running the same line as Kite. Kite goes a little bit higher.
I think Kite's a little bit faster right now. It's just trying to get Nathan Lehman off that line. He's going to have to check back and try to build a run off the corner to get there to Green and see if he can get to his outside.
Tell you one thing I just noticed there is Green, he was so close to that wall on corner exit. I think he is pushing. He feels the pressure, and Donald Kite looks to the inside, gonna try to stick it. He's there, he's sideways. Here
That's
comes
going to open the
Hawkins.
door for, as you mentioned, Josh Hawkins is going to make the peak on the outside now. Force Donald Kite to run the bottom. We know how tough that bottom is. We'll see if Donald Kite has any answer for this outside line. He does not. Hawkins is going to get up to second, and he's going to be on the offensive with Green just ahead of him.
Still side by side. Hawkins all the way up against that wall. Kite gonna get a little bit sideways again, and now Hawkins making a move on Andrew Green. They're gonna almost make contact. Green was sliding up the racetrack. Had to give Green room there. And now it is a three-horse battle for the race lead as Kite looks all the way to the outside, trying that wall just like Hawkins was.
Kite gets a little loose, but it doesn't take away his momentum. He's still going to get to the outside of the four. It's those bumps up there in 1 and 2, and now he's going to draw back on exit here and allow Hawkins to get back in.
And here comes Nathan Lehman from 29th to 4th place. He started in the back with Donald Kite. Of course, Kite starting 27th. These two trying so hard to get up there, but Hawkins and Green still battling for this race lead, making it real hard for Kite to do anything.
And after a wreck earlier, Michael Kruger has rebounded. He's up to the 8th position and still looking for more as he keeps going just ahead of Nick Hapiak.
Obviously the speed isn't there, but Donnie Kite is doing just a great job of rolling the bottom and keeping up with these guys. As Jamil Hawkins goes way to the top side there. Might have missed the corner, but he's got a lot of momentum heading his way. Huge run on Andrew Green there on the front straightaway.
Yeah, Jamil Hawkins going to take it away from Green. Maybe Green trying hard. Green's going to roll the top beautifully on the exit of 2. Oh, Donald Kite has to check up to not get in the back of Green there. Green pushing Hawkins sideways. They're going to be side by side across the line. It is Hawkins that led that lap just barely. And these four, now five, with Pacey Wygant right there, battling so hard for this race lead. Pretty soon, it's going to be Cheney and Ratliff up here as well. Give Kite
Right now,
P2. Go ahead.
Kite loose on entry there. As I was getting ready to just say what you were going to say there, Josh, he's way loose on entry, trying to avoid those bumps, getting hard on the brakes, but the car's just kicking out sideways. Still in P2, but still trying to find that power move to get around Andrew Green. Right here, he's going to peak. We'll see if he sends it in deep here to this corner. I think that's the move you got to make. You got to be willing to throw the car into the corner to clear the leader. Right now, Kite not able to clear. See Hawkins battle back on the outside of Kite.
Hawkins going to use all the racetrack he possibly can find. Go up against the wall. Kite gets sideways. Now he's going to lose a spot. Maybe two, maybe three is Lehman to the outside rather of Kite. And Pacey Wygant is there waiting to pounce.
Kind of the reverse effect of a track like Martinsville, where you get trapped on the outside and there's nowhere for you to go. Here at Iowa, you get trapped on the inside. You're not going anywhere. You're falling back hard, and you see Donald Kite finally able to get up in line here and get back to rolling that middle line.
Kite running P5 now. Jamil Hawkins is going to roll the outside line, get right to the back bumper of Green. He wanted the outside. Green did not give it to him. And Hawkins, he's going to tuck in a line on the bottom.
Hawkins going all the way to the wall again. See if he can get ahead of steam on Andrew Green here. He is going to get ahead of steam, but he's going to have to pull to the inside if he wants to make the move. He does. We'll see how deep he sends it in.
Not able to make a move. And Lehman's going to make a move. At least attempt to on Hawkins. Not able to complete the pass. Going to tuck back in the line and Pacey Wygant right there as well with Nathan Lehman.
Yeah, you mentioned Pacey Wygant there. He dove it into turn 3 trying to send it with 14 of Lehman. Couldn't get the job done, as did Lehman. They're both still right there, like you mentioned, right on the heels of Jamil Hawkins. Now, Wygant has moved up a lane trying to get on the outside of Lehman himself. Couldn't do it there in 3 and 4, but Jamil Hawkins still filling the mirror of Andrew Green. Had to check up a little bit there going to turn 1. Here comes Lehman to his outside.
Oh,
Green gets loose.
what a save by Andrew Green.
Oh, that's going to stack him up, though. He came back up the track. Kite's in the wall. They somehow keep it straight, and Green somehow comes out of that in second.
And Pacey Wygant lost a ton of time there. He's fallen to 7th. Michael Kruger is right on his deck lid now, and they're still not done yet. Tyler Ratliff got very tight there in turn 1. They were 3 wide for a moment in turn 2, and they're still trying to sort it out now as Pacey Wygant regroups himself in 7th position here. And Andrew Green somehow only lost 1 spot out of all that.
Well, more than just 1 spot. And now Jamil Hawkins stretching out that lead, and we seen him do this a little bit earlier. Now, you give that 4-car clean air, he's going to stretch this out if these guys don't sort this out.
So I do want to mention, of course, those drivers that pit last time, biggest driver with the advantage on those tires, Josh Arnold. He is up to P6 right there, just waiting patiently, taking his time to cut through this traffic. He's got the fresher tires. Right now he's in a hornet's nest with a bunch of other guys that are on older tires being more aggressive, but Arnold ultimately with the advantage, and we're going to have a spin on the front stretch. Saves it.
I have no idea how Tyler Ratliff saved that one, but that was an amazing save out of that 13 car.
That was incredible. Let's see if we can get a replay of that. Looks like Lehman and Ratliff just made a little bit of contact. Ratliff made that look easy. Back to live timing. Josh Arnold gets into 4th place. As past Pacey Wygant, Arnold is now working the back bumper of Nathan Lehman. Pacey Wygant still there.
Oh, Lehman gets loose. That's going to allow Arnold to get to the outside. Arnold's going to move up to P3 here. Lehman's going to possibly have a chance to drop 2 spots here as Wygant now gets to his outside.
Yeah, Wygant is going to get the pass complete on Lehman. Lehman is going to have a big hole, get back into line. Yeah, back to Michael Kruger.
Back up front, Jamil Hawkins in his own world right now. About 1.5 seconds is the gap back to the top, the rest of the top 4. And right now, I see Joshua Arnold making a move back there. He's trying to get around Pacey Wygant, who both of these drivers have caught up to the 25 Andrew Green.
Yeah, Wygant actually was making a move on Josh Arnold, and Wygant was able to complete the pass. Now Wygant, he's going to complete the pass on Andrew Green.
I'm seeing this late in the run. It looks like Andrew Green is not getting the car rotated as well as he once was. Maybe burned up his stuff here early on in the run. Now he doesn't have anything to compete with these guys tire-wise late in the run, as they're going to lean on each other a little bit there in 3 and 4 does Josh Arnold and Andrew Green.
If you look on the ticker, you can see laps since last pits for these drivers. 59 laps out of a lot of these guys. Josh Arnold 37 laps to go. Arnold in a good position, the way things stand at the moment.
You know, Josh, something we really didn't bring to light as much as we probably could have at the beginning of the show. You talked about how many sets of tires they had in the pits and the fact that they run a 90% fuel cell. So one thing that I think is really key to see here is fuel's not going to be much of a strategy for most of these guys. It's going to be tires. Tires are going to kill you more than your fuel run is. You'll see these guys probably pitting earlier for tires rather than fuel. When we come around for what should be green flag pit stops here soon.
Yeah, I agree with you. We now have 100 laps to go in this race. And fuel-wise, I think they would only have to just pit that once for fuel and not have to worry about it anymore. But you know, as you mentioned, tires are important. the sliding that these guys are doing and the track temp, which, by the way, update is 107, just dropped one, so 106 degrees Fahrenheit. It's still hot out there. These tires, they are wearing down quickly.
And I think with when Josh Arnold pit, he could very well possibly have a chance at splitting the run here, whereas these guys in front of him might not have that chance. So we'll see how the strategy play goes for this 22 as he's still trying to find a way to get around the 00, who have both actually caught this 4 car.
I'm really impressed with Pace of Legends right now, being able to stay ahead of Josh Arnold. And doing a great job at it as well. Arnold, I'm sure he is not pushing, but the fact of him having fresher tires than these guys, and these guys still running similar and a little bit faster lap times than Arnold is impressive. As they have caught Hawkins, and Arnold's going to go to the outside of Wygen.
Yeah, Wygent had to stay to the bottom there as he tried to make a move on Hawkins, which opened the door for this 22. Now put the 22 up to second. We'll see what he can do with that 4 car running that very high outside line.
And Josh Arnold probably realized the timing of this. He needs to make this happen now and get around Hawkins before Wygent got to him. Obviously, there's a different tire strategy, but so much easier to get around the leader when there's just one of the cars than the 2. Made quick work of Wygent when he could have there, and now he's just only got 1 car to pass to get to the lead.
Josh Arnold building up ahead of steam on the exit of the corner. We'll see if he's able to do anything with it. We'll see how much room these drivers give each other down here into the corner. Even though Josh Arnold's on the bottom, those fresher tires are showing that he's able to get a run on exit. Not enough to make the pass, but enough to stay within striking distance of this 4 car. The 4 car really struggling right now. Oh, and Josh Arnold's going to slide on exit. Pacey Wygent's going to move to the outside.
Yeah, I think, if you want to become the leader, you're going to have to pass whoever is in the lead by trying to get around them on the outside. And it's not going to be an easy task either, as we saw Green and now Hawkins rolling the top line. There's not room for a car to go up there. Wygent trying to get around Hawkins on the inside, and this is going to open up the door for Arnold to get right back side by side with Wygent. Wygent closing the door, though, down the back straightaway. Now trying to get around Hawkins.
Ooh, Pacey Wygent going to slide there. Josh Arnold quickly on the attack to the outside here. But the real outlier in this situation, I think both the 00 and the 22 are equally fast. The outlier here is Jamil Hawkins, who's just playing a pick right now for both of them.
Wygent has cleared Hawkins, and Hawkins is in a box. Hawkins can't do anything. Wygent has taken the race lead. Let's see what Hawkins does in response.
I don't know if there's much this 4 car can do, Josh. We've seen how much he was pushing to get that lead. Now his tires have got to be pretty much worn out past the point of being able to battle with that 00. And we'll see if Josh Arnold's able to take advantage of that tire wear that the 4 car's dealing with, especially now that he's in dirty air.
Hawkins actually staying right there with Wygent, as Hawkins has been running that higher line and getting the run off the corners down the straightaways. Whereas Wygent running the inside line, just trying to wrap that yellow line around. Josh Arnold making a move to the inside of Hawkins.
I think Josh Arnold's going to have a chance to clear up on exit here. We'll see if he takes it. He does. Jamil Hawkins not able to cross over to the inside. Now we'll see if the 22 can work on that lead here as he's gotten to second.
Taking a look back here. Jose Ruiz. Oh, contact. Car in the wall. Big spin. Crash on the back straightaway. That's going to bring out a caution, maybe. Yep, there it is. It's Tyler Ratliff.
And there goes our outside pole sitter from tonight, Tyler Ratcliffe. Big damage on that car.
Looks like Ratliff was running the high line, got into the wall. Came down into the 48 of Giovanni Klein.
Both those cars, big impact to the inside wall.
Yeah, poor Klein, just an innocent bystander there. Riding on board from Klein. Currently sitting inside his box, pretty beat up.
And an important pit note here, Josh Arnold slid through his box there, so he lost what appears to be 2 positions, maybe 3 on pit road, just by sliding through his box. See how he recovers here.
And it looks like it's going to be Wygen, Hawkins, Cheney, Lehman, Arnold, Hapiek, Green, Kruger, Ruiz, and Peach, the top 10. Currently sitting at 83 laps to go. Going to restart with, I'm going to guess, 80. 81 or 80 to go in this race. This race, it has been a really good race thus far. So far, guys, my pick to win, he's there in the race lead. But there are a lot of strong contenders still for this race. And, you know, I think Jamil Hawkins, he's going to be one to beat. Hawkins is pretty quick.
You certainly can't take away the fact that Hawkins has been quick, but it's really going to come down to 82 laps here. Josh, we almost ran that just now until that caution came out. I think a lot of drivers are going to be thinking about saving fuel here, and if this goes green, running it out to the end. I expect to see some guys that are going to take a risk and try to make their tires last and see if they have something for the end of the race here now.
Yeah, I think you're right. Normally they say cautions breed cautions, but in this series, I wouldn't count on that. I mean, come on, we saw green flag pit stops at Martinsville in this league. That's how good these guys are. I believe they are going to come to the choose cone. Pacey Wygent chooses inside. Hawkins chooses the outside. I'm a little surprised to see Wygent taking that inside line and giving Hawkins the front row outside line.
I'm very interested too, but I'm thinking the 00 just is so confident that he can get the jump on this restart, because as we know with this league, it's not on the green, it's in the leader's hands, so we'll see if Pacey Wygent's able to get a jump here on this restart.
Going green, 80 laps to go here in race number 2 of this season for the Di9 Designs NAOR Series. Pace car is inside the restart zone. Pacey Wygent, he goes.
He gets a good jump, but look who follows him right behind him. That 76, he's going to clear the 4 off the corner. And now that 76 is going to be on attack here.
Here comes Kenneth Cheney. Look at the inside. Not able to make it stick. Oh, contact on the back. Nick Hapiak is going to go around trying to save it. He does.
Wow.
Wow, that was a great save, but not only that, but he was very lucky no one hit him when he was sliding back up the track there.
Look at the replay, and it was Mr. Green that got into the 6 machine. We go back to live time, again a little bit of contact there between Michael Kruger and Josh Arnold. Go ahead, and I believe that was John.
Yes, we had a change for the lead while you guys were in replay there. Jamil Hawkins just powered around Pacey Wygent as we've got a crash. Hunter Peach around for the second time here tonight. Jake Millsap slides trying to miss him in the 71. And Mike Campbell looks like he just clipped Jake Millsap.
I don't think Arnold realized that Peach was coming that quick on the outside line.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you there, Josh. Looks like the 22 thought he was going to be clear and just squeezed the 20 into the outside wall.
Actually, looking from the replay that I just saw, I'm wondering, it's like Arnold might have been chasing his car up the track because he was loose. See if we can get an onboard view. Josh Arnold. Might have had it gathered up by then. I'm not really sure if it was a matter of still trying to gather up his car, or if he just did not think that Peach was going to be there so quick.
Looking at it from the onboard I was watching, Josh, it doesn't even appear really that the contact made affected Josh Arnold. So maybe you're right. Maybe he just didn't know that Peach was there.
Yeah, and we've seen that a lot tonight, so it wouldn't put it past me, especially with the runs like you mentioned, Josh. The runs these guys just blast off the exit of the corners when they run the higher line compared to someone running the lower lanes.
Just about everybody electing to stay out. Tyler Ratliff comes down for service. He's got no front clip. John Osborne, haven't mentioned him tonight. Coming down pit road, but majority of the drivers staying out. See if we can dial up one of our drivers. Hey Kruger, it's the boys in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Josh.
Hey Mikey, it's been quite a race from your perspective so far. You've been up there battling for the race lead, but back here in about 5th place, got a little bit of damage. Quickly walk us through what it's been like from inside that number 98 machine.
It's just been elbows out pretty much, really. I mean, a lot of guys have been really fighting super hard for the top. I mean, top's the place to be, so everyone's just fighting to hold the top, really. You got to be pretty selfish to hold it. Just a quick throw in. I'm sorry about my incident earlier with Jonathan Parker earlier when I just missed the corner. Sorry about that. It was a boneheaded move. I'm sorry about that. So, but yeah, it's been a pretty elbows out type of race so far, really. Just really fighting for positions here. This restart's going to be pretty fun, by the way, getting spots, so we'll see how this goes.
Alright, we'll let you get back to it. So good luck to you. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Josh.
That was driver the 98. Shown on screen is the 99. JCTV. Ford Mustang. Kruger. 71 laps to go when we go back green. Jamil Hawkins has is the control car rather. He's on the outside and green flag is in the air. Jamil Hawkins, he gets a great restart there rolling the outside. Pacey Wygen timed that pretty well as well. And here comes Michael Kruger. We just talked to him. Rolling the inside underneath Cheney, tucks back in the line.
He's not going to tuck back in line for long. On the attack on that bottom line. Trying to get every position he can here. We've seen that bottom line be so tough to run around here, but on fresher tires right now, as we've only ran a couple laps on this set. Oh, yes.
Cheney wanted to
and we're crashing.
Oh, it was Cheney and Hawkins got together.
Oh, and it collects someone else in the back. Not sure who that driver was.
Oh, it was in 2 and 3. Cheney kept going in 2 and 3, thought he had it saved, but fired into 2 and 3 and collected Nathan Lehman. Well, this is the racing we've seen all night, guys. It just all went wrong once at the front of the field.
Oh my god. It's Kruger a bit there. Kruger into green as a chain reaction.
Justin Quimby also got involved late in that accident as Jamil Hawkins spun into the inside wall. He and Nick Hapiak followed each other, but Quimby was the first person there and ends up making contact with the 4 of Jamil Hawkins as he's crashed.
Jamil Hawkins took a terrible wreck to the inside wall there. Just the way he just rockets back up the racetrack.
This contact you were talking about. Jamil Hawkins, one of the toughest competitors all night tonight. So your top 5 going to look like Pacey Wygant, Andrew Chapman, Michael Kruger. That's going to be Zachary Wright running in 4th and Josh Arnold in 5th place. First time we've seen Wright up in the top 5 all night long. He's continue to gain. So, if my telemetry is right, I'm showing that this is the 6th caution so far for 33 laps. Sometimes my telemetry is wrong, but we've had at least 6 cautions tonight. 156 laps in the books, or 155 in the books rather, coming to 156. 156, so 67, could have 66 laps to go in this race. Race number 2 of this season for the Di9 Designs NAOR Series. We're going to restart, I believe, with 64 to go, as we should have just gotten 2 to green this time by, so we're going to get 1 green next time around. Pacey Wygant, of course, will be the control car. So we heard it from Michael Kruger. He said the high line is really the line to get to. We've seen him kind of be aggressive on the bottom and restart so far. So my question is, I would assume Wygant would take the bottom here because that's where he has kind of felt the most comfortable. And I would expect Chapman to take the outside. So Kruger, I think he goes to the outside as well.
I think so, Josh. I think you leave that door open, and that's a position for Kruger to gain right there if Wygant does decide to take the inside.
Wygant takes the outside, Chapman inside, and Kruger outside. So rules reversed for the front row from what I mentioned. And now I'm thinking that Wygant really is listening to the broadcast and trying to prove me wrong altogether.
Well, I like this call of picking the outside. We've seen that be the dominant lane. Might not be the best for launching off here on this restart. Could be an interesting battle going off into turn 1, but in the long run, and even in the short runs, really, there's just more momentum up top if you can roll it right. Sure, the bottom's fast in the center of the corner, but you have so much straight line speed running the top.
Still up front, still battling. 64 laps to go when they take the green. Pacey Wygant, he's going to be the control car. Green flag back in the air, and it looks like Chapman's struggling a little bit there to get back going. Michael Kruger going to roll the outside around Chapman.
Absolutely. Put Kruger up to second as he now sets his sights on this 0-0. You know the 0-0 is going to try to run the bottom in clean air. We'll see if Kruger moves up to get around him on the top side.
Kruger is showing top. Looking low. Not able to make a move yet. A little bit loose there off corner exit. Not a ton. We've got a battle back here for 4th position of Zach Wright.
Whoa. And I don't know if you've seen it, Josh, but Michael Kruger just had a major moment off the top side of turn 2 as he's now looking for the lead here off of 4.
Michael Kruger working the outside line, trying to make it stick. To get around Pacey Wygen to retake the race lead, Kruger led very early on in this race. Michael Kruger going to have another lap led to his name tonight. Still trying to work the outside around Pacey Wygen, who's holding strong on the inside. Here comes Andrew Chapman. And Michael Kruger finally going to clear Pacey Wygen. Oh! Contact between Chapman and Wygen. That's going to send Wygen sideways. He saves it, though. And that opens up the door for Zachary Wright to look underneath Andrew Chapman. And now trying to look underneath Pacey Wygen for P2.
And as all that happens, I'm noticing a car that has been beaten the crap out of tonight, somehow making his way through this field. Hunter Peach in 8th position has been in 2 different accidents here tonight, and you can see it on your screen. Car is torn up. Still in the top 10, still up here battling, trying to get to the front.
Where did Cole Snyder come from? Cole, he's been hanging out towards the back. Now he's battling with Hunter Peach. Cole Snyder maybe running a little bit too wide there. Battling side by side here with Jose Ruiz, though, now for 8th position. Evan Knopf underneath Josh Arnold. And Peach. Peach is going to get around Arnold.
Been watching Hunter Peach. He's had his hands full with that car. You see all the damage. That car is not handling like he wants it to, but still battling hard here for a top 5 position with a torn up race car.
Job with a car that looks like that. It's Martinsville, or I'm sorry, it is Talladega week on iRacing. Oh! Zach Wright hard into the wall!
He'll lose many positions right there on that mistake. See how he recovers. Doesn't look like it did too much damage to the car other than just the fender. And we've seen that 25 earlier with the damaged fender lead a bunch of laps. So we'll see if he's able to rebound here and get back up inside of the top 6 or 7 cars.
Going back to what I was saying about Hunter Peach. It is Talladega week on iRacing, and you know, if your car looks like that at Talladega, you're not going to be competing in the top 5 unless if you have a lot of help and or other drivers around you have a lot of damage as well. With this track not being as aero dependent as Talladega, kind of like Martinsville, which is where I was getting at when I said Martinsville week, which was actually last week. It is, you know, it doesn't rely so much on the arrows. You can be up here trying to compete for a race win. And right now, Hunter Peach looking strong, 5th place, still trying to gain more positions as he is all over back bumper of Andrew Chapman.
Well, we mentioned earlier, even with the beat-up car, these are some of the best we saw last season on the shorter racetracks. Peach, Chapman, Arnold, Snyder, Ruiz, all were top of the field every time we went to a shorter racetrack, and they continuing to do that tonight. a lot of different paths to get here when we get into this last third of the race. Of course, looking at that 20 car is all beat all over, but he's on the outside now of Andrew Chapman. Momentum rolling for that 4th position, and he's clear.
Casey Wygent has been putting the work in to get closer to Kruger. Wygent turning faster laps than anybody right now. Just not close enough yet. Try to make a move on Michael Kruger. We saw how hard it is to pass. So we'll see how much of a fight Kruger really puts on. If Wygent gets there, he's going to get there, and Kruger blocks. Here comes Evan Knopp.
Yeah, but Josh, you talk about the block. That's what any driver in this car is going to have to do. We heard Dawson Allen talk about it last week, that these cars have such a parachute on them once you get a car in front of you. Kruger doing exactly what he needed to do there to really hold that run from Casey Wygent. But now, leaving the door open on the top side for Wygent to get a run, Wygent not able to do anything with it yet.
Higher line this time for 1 and 2. I think Kruger feels comfortable on the bottom of 3 and 4 and comfortable running higher in 1 and 2, but Kruger gets sideways there off 4. And here comes Evan Knopp. Try and get around Casey Wygent. Knopp is going to clear Wygent.
Good run here with the 63 to the inside of Kruger for the race lead now. Into turn 1 against the 98.
Oh! Knopp caught the apron just a little bit, was sliding up the track. Kruger was pinching him down. That was close.
And then we see the 4th place car, Hunter Peach, how close he has been drawn into this battle. He was right there, right behind Casey Wygent just a moment ago on the real bumper, trying to make a move. Here he is in 2 and 1, diving a lot deeper than everyone else, using a higher line. Now he's going to shoot into the bottom in turn 3 and 4 as Knopp goes to the top. Trying to form a run on Kruger for the lead, opened the door for Peach. Couldn't do anything there though, guys.
These guys all running the bottom through 1 and 2. Knopp going to the outside. Kruger gonna get back in front of Knopp. Knopp gonna look to the inside of Kruger. Casey Wygent right there on the back bumper of Kruger, waiting for Knopp to fall back. Wygent actually going to go way higher than Kruger is here. They're going to fan out 3 different lines. And Wygent's going to have a run. It's going to stall. Casey Wygent still with a head of steam, trying to get back around Evan Knopp. Put that 63 of Knopp in 3rd. Casey Wygent rolling to the back of Michael Kruger. May have made a little bit of contact between the two. Wygent looking to the inside.
Kruger bobbled on exit there. That's what allowed that move to open up. We'll see if Kruger crosses over on him.
Yeah, Wygent really sent it into the corner. And that allows Kruger to get the crossover so well the way he is, but Wygent just holding strong on the outside, not giving much. Wygent retakes the race lead now and is going to start driving away from Michael Kruger. These two still going at it. Knopp is going to get into the second position. Kruger rolling very tight on the outside, right rear of Knopp. Hunter Peach getting loose in the background. Hunter Peach driving it in deep underneath Knopp. But once again, that outside line prevails.
Pacey Wygant not really driving away from these guys yet, now that they have single filed out. But some could say he's in a comfortable position here, very comfortable type of lead. Not too far out, but not close enough for them to be able to strike on him.
Yeah, if these guys continue battling the way they are, they're really not going to be able to catch Wygant either. So all they're going to do is just kill each other's momentum. Oh, contact between Knopp and Kruger. That 63 into second place now, and Hunter Peach looking to take the position away from Michael Kruger as well. Hunter Peach going to slide in front of Kruger. The other end of things, Nick Kapiak involved in an accident where he was just spinning. He's got a pretty clean car. He's made up a lot of positions. Currently sitting 7th, battling with Josh Arnold and Jose Ruiz, trying to get into the top 5. Donnie Kite running in P12. Was looking really strong early on before being involved in an accident. Put him back here. Going back, it's battle for that 6th position is Hapiak. He is looking underneath Josh Arnold. Not able to get the momentum.
Josh, I hate to bring it up, but a developing story. For the first time probably, I think, ever in the history of NAOR, we may run out of time.
Yeah, I've actually been noticing that. We're pretty close. It's showing me there's right around 24 laps to go.
This race may be shortened by 1 or 2 laps here.
Pacey Wygant just holding on. I see there's about 8 minutes and 30 seconds left of race time. If this stays green, this is what my timer is showing. They will finish in 8 minutes, 20 seconds. So Wygant just trying to hold on for everything he can. Evan Knopp strong and continuing to turn a little bit faster laps than the race leader.
Just doing the basic math on my phone here right now. It looks like we are just going to be shortened by a couple laps, as we have on track we're coming across for 22 to go, and with the lap times these drivers are running, it would take about 8 to 9 minutes for us to finish this race. So with 7 minutes 20 seconds on the clock, it does not appear that we are going to finish before the session is considered over. And a caution at this point ends the race altogether. That's another important note. Anybody on the track has any kind of incident and they have to throw a caution, that's the race. I don't think we get off another green flag lap.
We might if it were to happen very quickly. But wouldn't be too many more green flag laps. So right now, roughly 19, 18 green flag laps left in this race. Wygen holding on just ahead of Evan Knopp.
And a big dive there into 2 and 1, much smoother line through 1 and 2, and was able to cover it in that lead, but it's not going to be enough going down the back straightaway. Let's see what he can do into 2 and 3 and 4. He's mustering that top lane now, guys, but gap's still about 0.2 of a second here at the line. Huge run going down the front straightaway, though. Let's see what the 63 can do. Pacey blocked that air off just a little bit there in 2 and 1, took his line away.
About 16 laps to go, and you see the battle for the lead on your screen. Evan Knopp trying everything he can to get to the back bumper of this 00. And we've seen, I know I personally have seen it once tonight where you can get in the back bumper without wrecking somebody. So not sure the respect level amongst these two drivers, but we'll see if anybody moves the other for a race win.
Knopp looking for his first Di9 Designs NAOR Series win. Pacey Wygen looking for his third. Knopp looking to the inside of Pacey Wygen. See if he can make it stick. We have seen time and time again where the outside is the line to be. So far, Knopp coming up short. Here, you got a race for the third position as Michael Kruger, Jose Ruiz, they are right there with Hunter Beach.
And I feel like a broken record in saying this, but Jose Ruiz yet again proving that he comes on late in the run here with NAOR. He is a fast car late in the run. And no shock here to see him in the top 5, but also trying to contend for a podium position here.
I'm showing 14 laps to go on the ticker, 12 to go with the time. It'll be about 2 laps short. These guys, they're really not sure what they're racing to at the moment, other than when the clock expires. Pacey Wygen still holding on. Evan Knopp right there, all over Wygen's back bumper. Knop's going to have a great run down the front stretch. See if he dives it into the corner. He's not. He's going to just try to roll the same line he's been rolling. Not going to have to tuck back into the line, maybe get into 3.
Josh, I think it comes down to what I talked about earlier, and for lack of a better term, you're just going to have to, I guess if you're a male, grab yourself between the legs and send it in to get that pass done. It's going to take that kind of a move to get it done here tonight if you're going to get around anybody, unless you can find something higher in the racetrack that Pacey Wygen is not using.
Yeah, and Canup is searching all over the 7th, 8th mile track, trying to do just that, see what his options are down low, maybe setting himself up for a move like that last minute if he has to, but right now he's just setting up his options and assessing what he can do up top, because he just, after running the low line lap after lap, just went to the top last time in 3 and 4, and he's committed to it again this time.
About 7 laps to go here.
Actually, it just changed to about 6, so we're really running short on time here. I don't know if either of these drivers realize it yet, if they've announced it to these drivers that they're going to be shortened by a couple laps, but oh, Pacey Wygen gets loose right there. Evan Canup all over the back bumper. We'll see what he tries to do here, if he's just going to stay in line and try to outrun the 00, or what he attempts to do. He goes all the way to the wall here, almost washes out too much, but building ahead of steam is that 63.
Showing 4 to go. These guys, they are so close, running out of patience. 1 minute left. Now, Wygen gets loose there off 4.
There is still a battle for third between Hunter Peach and Jose Ruiz. They have ridded themselves of Michael Kruger, but those two still trying to duke it out to see who gets third place.
Might have to be a last-minute decision here for this lead. What is Canup going to have to do? He lost a little bit of time, though, through 3 and 4, but he's trying to get it back here on the straights.
2 to go, and it's time to go. They have actually caught some lap traffic here. See how they maneuver that. That could play a factor. They're going to come across the line this time and take the white flag, guys.
And white flag is waving one more time around here. Still dealing with some lap traffic. Evan Canup going to look to the inside. Wygen holding strong. Canup, what's he going to do? Canup might have gotten a little bit too tight there. Pacey Wygen rolling off turn 4. Pacey Wygen, 3rd career Di9 Designs NAOR Series win. And what a finish.
And Josh, you're 1 for 1 this year on picks.
Indeed I am. I really had no idea who I was going to pick. Then it was my turn, and I just went with the driver. Thought might have a great chance. So let's go ahead and quickly run down through our finishing order. Pacey Wygen takes the race win. Evan Canup will be P2. Hunter Peach, how about 3rd place for Hunter Peach, who probably got hit by everything but the pace car tonight. Jose Ruiz finishing 4th. Michael Kruger bringing it home in 5th. Great run for him tonight. Josh Arnold 6th. Nick Kapiak in 7th. Great job for Nick Kapiak. John Osborne brings it home in 9th. Cole Snyder I'm sorry, John Osborne in 8th. Cole Snyder brings it home 9th, and it's going to be James Mensch bringing it home in 10th. Let's see if we can find our race winner. Pacey Wygen, tonight's race winner here at Iowa. Pacey, what a battle you had with Evan Knopp. Oh, how was the heart rate there for you?
Well, first off, thank you to Evan for running me clean there. He very well could have moved me a few times. But yeah, that was an amazing battle. I really thought I was the only one that really had anything on the long run, and then all of a sudden here comes Evan. So I don't know how I held him off. It was just I knew I had to give him the inside, and if I showed him the outside once, he was gonna just waltz right away from me. Just an amazing race overall. Yeah, speechless.
There was a lot of drivers going out there battling for the race lead all throughout the race, and some of them got caught up in some incidents. What was it like out there, just battling through all of that and trying to keep your car clean?
Well, luckily for me, I didn't really have to battle through too many incidents. I was pretty sure I was top 5 just about all night. So, it was just managing restarts at that point. Because I wasn't launching as fast as everybody trying to save tires. So, at that point, I just wanted to lead a couple laps maybe, and then just let everybody pass. And 20, 30 laps down the road, I'll catch them. So.
All right, well, who do you have to thank? Who gets it done behind that 00 machine?
Well, I have to thank you guys for broadcasting. I have to thank my fiance; she's always watching. Joshua Arnold, putting all this on between him and Nick Hapiak. Aaron Duke, who is our race control, I guess that's what it's called, and just Sophia the Fierce. She's on this car. She's not doing so well. She's got, as of last update, mere days to live. So that this one's entirely for her. So hopefully she sees this, and hopefully you get well soon, Sophia.
All right, sending our best wishes and prayers to Sophia. But congrats on the race win, Pacey Wygen.
Thank you.
Guys, what a race we saw tonight. I don't think really that this was too predictable. I mean, we had a lot of drivers that were out there competing for the race lead all night long, but I don't think it was really settled.
I completely agree with you, Josh, and really just taken aback. I had been reading Pacey Wygen's car all night, trying to figure out what his scheme was, and I think hearing it from you as well, just at the end of that interview, like you said, our thoughts and prayers go out to Sophia and her family, and that's storybook right there, that Pacey Wygen gets a win when that news is so tragic and shocking like it can be. But as far as the racing side goes on everything, I can't even say enough about what we've seen tonight. Drivers going 3 wide. How about the 20 of Hunter Peach bringing home a car that looked like it had been in a demolition derby, picking up a top 5 with that car. And, I wanted to joke about it and say, I might just have to do a figure 8 race with Hunter Peach in it and see where he finishes, because at this point, finishing like that on this track with that car as beaten up as it was, that was the sight to see. A lot of recovery stories throughout the night, with Peach being one of them. Kruger coming back and finishing in 5th place. That's pretty cool too, after seeing him get into Jonathan Parker earlier. But other side of the spectrum, you go from top dog to finishing well outside the top 20 with Jonathan Parker getting put out of this race early. Just winning last week and wrecking out this week, it really puts into perspective how your weeks can go. And I'm excited to see how this season plays out for all the drivers, who can keep their steady momentum and who can really keep who ends up probably just overstepping their boundaries and having the ups and downs throughout the season, and who handles them the best.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys hit it all on the head there with all your points, both of you, Josh and John. Everything from wishing everything for Sophia. Hopefully, it goes well. It's pretty tragic news, like you guys said, and best wishes for her and that family. But for Pacey Wygant to come out here and be the guy to get that win, pretty statement victory this early in the season. Pretty good, like you guys mentioned, battle up front. Wasn't really a dominant win. We really didn't know who it was going to be until the very end. So pretty fun show there, and it's just setting up the stage for a pretty fun season rest of the campaign, and it's going to be exciting all year long.
Well, I think that's going to do it from us here tonight at Iowa. You can check us out tomorrow night here on JCTV for the season 4 opener for the Blazer Sim Racing in the Pits News Truck Series, where myself will be out on the racetrack. Michael Kruger will be out there as well. Canfield and John and Adam will be on the call, as well as Jonathan Parker making his broadcasting debut with JCTV, and Dawson Allen as well for that one. Tuesday night, the MF Racing Design Sled Job Racing League takes place at Michigan International Speedway for their season finale for the regular season before they head to their playoffs. And next Friday night, 1 week from tonight, the Di9 Designs NAOR Series is on a bye week, so the next race is going to happen on, I believe, that is going to be May 5th at Kentucky Speedway. So looking forward to that one. As Kentucky, another track that NASCAR doesn't go to anymore. So that should be a good one. Kentucky was always a fun race to watch, and indeed, it is May 5th that we will see that race. So plenty of action coming up on JCTV, and plus, as always, check out Fastlane, the JCTV podcast. We've got lots of drivers on there, and some of your favorites from the Di9 Designs NAOR Series on there quite often. So check that out. I think that's going to do it from us. So big thanks to all the guys behind the scenes. John, Adam, you guys for coming on and calling this race with me. You guys are awesome as always. I'm Josh Coppernoll signing off. We will see you next time in 2 weeks' time here on Friday nights at Kentucky. Stay safe. Take care, everybody.